From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. U.S. President Joe Biden is appealing for calm and unity after an apparent assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Biden says he is relieved Trump escaped serious injury, but is saddened by the loss of life at the Pennsylvania rally where the shooting happened.
I'm sincerely grateful that he's doing well and recovering, and we had a short but good conversation. Jill and I are keeping him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victim who was killed. He was a father. He was protecting his family from the bullets that were being fired.
Biden will deliver a prime-time televised address to his nation from the Oval Office this evening. Meantime, Trump's campaign says he's doing fine after the shooting. One rally attendee was killed, 2 spectators were critically injured. Law enforcement officials have identified the suspected shooter at Saturday's Trump rally, but they're still trying to figure out his motive. Authorities identified 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, as the person who opened fire before being killed by the Secret Service. The local district attorney says there's been no evidence Crooks coordinated with anyone else in the region. Today's cooler temperatures and possible rain are making favorable conditions, attacking the wildfire threatening Labrador City. Newfoundland and Labrador Premier Andrew Furey says there's been no growth in the size of the fire since Saturday.
We do have some refined numbers about the actual footprint of the fire. It's now estimated to be at 14,000 hectares, but no growth. So that is not a change substantially from yesterday's raw estimate of over 10,000 hectares.
Furey says the wildfire still remains about 4 to 6 kilometers northwest of Labrador City. It's too soon to say, though, when evacuees will be allowed home. Furey says the province will provide some financial assistance to evacuees. A northern Quebec town has lifted its evacuation pre-alert as the risk from the forest fires in nearby Labrador lessens. Officials in the town of Fermont say rain, humidity, and wind direction are all working in their favor. However, they ask residents to remain vigilant as the situation could change quickly. It was another weekend of animation domination at the weekend box office.
So, what's your plan now?
I am dealing with it.
Despicable Me 4 earned another $44.7 million domestically in its second week of release, according to industry figures. This week's surprise hit at number 2 is the small independent horror film Longlegs, which earned $22.6 million. Inside Out 2 is number 3, with A Quiet Place Day 1 at number 4. Fly Me to the Moon, starring Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum, is number 5. I'm Margie Zaraletta.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Carlos Alcaraz has defeated Novak Djokovic in the Wimbledon men's final for the second year in a row. Alcaraz says he's exceeded his wildest dreams.
When I was 12 or 11 years old, I said that my dream is to win Wimbledon. So I'm repeating, my dream.
Alcaraz now collects his 4th Grand Slam title at age 21. In baseball, the Toronto Blue Jays are playing the Arizona Diamondbacks, and tonight, Major League Baseball's draft begins in Fort Worth, Texas. The Blue Jays have the 20th pick in the first round. In the CFL, the Edmonton Elks are looking for their first win of the season as they host the Ottawa Redblacks. The 0-4 Elks have lost their last 3 by 3 points apiece, their first loss against Toronto being by 8. Meantime, the Redblacks hope to bounce back after last week's 25-16 loss to Winnipeg. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.